Warning. The following video is intended for viewers 13 years and older. Viewer discretion is advised. You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
What's going on, YouTube? It's I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic review for you guys of the Sentinel Toys Ronin Warrior Ryo of the Wildfire. Now, if you guys saw my last episode of retro reviews, this is the figure I was talking about. This show is the one that kind of led me into anime. Just a brief little story, and also wanted to warn you guys ahead of time that this is probably gonna be a pretty lengthy review because there's a lot of accessories, and by accessories is armor, because it takes a long time to put it on and everything, and we're gonna go over the detail and all that good stuff. So please stick around, and I want to get some support from you guys. If you guys can help me out with the 4 pillars of the YouTube algorithm, and if you guys can like, and if you guys can leave me a comment and subscribe and hit that bell icon, I need to get those 4 things done so this channel can grow. So if you guys can help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. It would be really big for the channel. If you guys want to know what kind of equipment I use, all the links are in the description below. It also helps out the channel if you buy something from there, but at no extra cost to you. So let's get back to this figure. We're going to go over his paint apps, articulation, and accessories, and see what this guy's all about. We'll do some size comparisons right now. And yeah, like I said, check out my other video of the retro review. I'll leave a little link in the top. And then I do have some other 1000 toys that I reviewed, which is my Dante, and I think I reviewed also V for Vendetta. I reviewed V, so I'll leave those links as well throughout the video so you can check those out. But this company brought us the Ronin Warriors, and I hope they continue to do all 5 of them, because this set looks pretty clean, and I have some good notes about this figure. So let's get this guy out of the way and into those size comparisons. Ryo with the Wildfire with NECA Predator. Ryo of the Wildfire with Marvel Legends Deadpool. Ryo of the Wildfire with SH Figure Arts Goku. Okay, so we got the size comparisons out of the way. Let's take a look at Mr. Ryo of the Wildfire up close and personal, so that way we could take a look at all of his gorgeous paint apps, articulation. So I'm going to start with the head. I noticed that the eyes, I'm hoping this is picking up, I might have to zoom in post edit, post filming, but the eyes don't look as vibrant. I mean, if you look at SH Figure Arts eyes, they look way better. Let me give you an example here. So here's the Goku that I normally use, and if you look at the eyes on him, I don't know if they're painted. I think they're more like a sticker that they put in, but the sticker has like a, what do you call it? Like a shine to it, a gloss. They use a gloss for it. Now for this guy, I don't think they use any of that. It kind of looks like a faded tattoo after you've washed it a couple of times in the shower. Like, you know how you get those little tattoos that you put on yourself with a little bit of water? That's what his eyes tend to look like. They're not as glossy, and you can kind of see that they were painted like on an inkjet printer. Like, you can see the little dots on it when you look at it up close. I'm hoping the camera picks it up. I'll zoom in for you guys, but that's what I get from this guy's eyes. Now, what's cool about this is that his head or his face swaps just like a SH Figure Arts. You just pop off the hair. There you go. You have Ryo, and you can interchange his face pretty easily. And it's kind of innovative how they did it, because he has this little long piece of hair that's actually articulated. But we can also see that this hair piece was painted. It was actually, what do you call it? Not painted. We're looking for this hair piece was molded in blue or purple plastic, and then they just painted over it with black or somewhat black, because you can see that there is some of the plastic actually coming through on there. You can see the purple. It's not all the way black, so I don't think someone painted this all the way through. Maybe it's just for the shading to give it like a nice little shade, but I don't know. You can only tell that it's black in the front, a little bit on the side right here, but the back, they just didn't care at all. So that's a little ding for me. Now for the rest of the way he is, I mean, and the rest of his clothes, the red and the white look solid. I mean, it's nice and glossy. The white is like a matte finish, but it does have some shine to it. I don't want to say it's glossy because it's not. When you look at it up front, or look at it in your hands compared to like on camera, but It looks great. I do like the way that they did it. I wish they would have hid the screws. To me, that makes a figure feel cheap. I mean, if you look at a Figure Arts, you don't see any screws anywhere. There's no screws at all. And this guy has screws. But you know what? It's their way of making the figure. Who's to judge them? I'm just giving you guys a review if you want to pick this guy up. Now, this guy retails pretty expensive. He's like $140. I wish I was able to buy two. I was only able to buy one. But I really hope they do the rest of the line because I really like what they're going for right here. I used to have the original one that was made by, I think it was Toy Biz. I know KB Toys had it back in the day, and I used to have those. He actually gets a white armor later on, and I hope they make that one as well. So the red is great. It's nice and glossy finish. Now let's take a look at the rest. Yeah, looks great. You can't complain on the paint apps they have here. The only gripe I have is the eyes. The eyes look not as detailed as I would like them to. Camera keeps focusing on the armor back there. So with that being said, let's get to everybody's favorite part of the show. It's articulation time. Swivel, arm rotation, swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, diaphragm swivel, lean back, lean forward, waist swivel. The leg kicks up, kicks back, swivel here, bend at the knee, hinge, hinge, ankle rocker, toe hinge. So with the articulation out of the way, he has good range. He feels very smooth. I mean, I don't know how to explain it to you. You know, some joints feel real tight. He feels really smooth. He almost feels like, you know, fresh oil change in a car. Like, I'm pretty sure the piston there moves super slow. I mean, super smooth in the piston chamber like that. Like, you just put a fresh, like a drop of oil and like a squeaky joint, you throw some WD-40 on a hinge on a door, and it just, you can feel that it opens so gracefully. That's how he feels when you bend his joints, and they also feel tight as well. I don't feel any kind of loose joints at all, and I really like that. I really like how smooth he feels. It just feels great, like someone just put some Astro Glide, you know, in between each of his joints, and I love it. So I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know what the armor looks like on him. We're gonna get to that right now. But what's cool about this figure is that they give you a stand for the armor. Let's bring the armor in real quick. Now this figure has magnets inside the armor. Hopefully you're picking that up. There you go. Has magnets inside the armor, so that way they don't have to make a bunch of little spots for you to click on it. Because if I'm not mistaken, I remember the original, they actually had like little pieces you had to like actually connect, and usually those connectors broke. So I love that they gave you this little figure. It's not posable. The arms are able to move, you know, like this, pretty much just a hinge or a swivel, and they also rotate on the shoulder, and that's about it. That's all the range you're gonna get from this figure, excuse me, or this display. That's all the range you're gonna get from this display, and it looks great. I mean, I'm glad they included it because, you know, maybe you don't want to display him in his full, you know, samurai gear. Maybe you want to just display him like that because you're gonna reenact the scene or something. I really hope they come out with villains. I'm really thinking about this. I hope 1000 Toys is watching this. Please, like, make a nice run. Give us all, I think it's 5 of them, and the white one, and give us some villains. I would love that. That would be awesome. Each individual piece is able to attach to him, so I will do that for you with a little bit of movie magic, so that way you guys don't have to sit here and watch all of that. So let me do that for you guys. So now that we have his armor on, or his Ronin Warrior armor, man, this figure has 17 pieces that you got to put together on this guy, and some of them are sharp. Right here, it's freaking sharp. I almost freaking poked my finger literally with this toe. One thing I want to let you guys know, if you guys do pick up this figure, when you do swap out the toes, this is actually on the joint. This little peg here, let me bring it closer. This little peg that's right here is the joint. So if you break that little peg, you're screwed. So I'd be very careful. I mean, it is dyed or shaped, so you could be able to know how to put it on, but I would be super careful when swapping out the toe, because like I said, it's on the joint, and you do not want to break that, because then you're going to be stuck with a one-footed figure, and you don't want that. So like I said, like I was mentioning before, there's 17 pieces you have to put onto this guy, and some of it is kind of tough, some of it is easy. I think it's probably more difficult putting it on the little stand, especially the belt piece here does have some difficulty with that. Every piece that I took off this guy, I put it on him, I put his face on there with his hair, his shoulder pads, his I guess his forearm pads, and his toes. I just put it on him so that way I don't lose it. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this figure looks phenomenal compared to the one I got in the late or mid 90s. This figure looks great. I'm glad they did this figure. I love it. I love the paint. The armor looks great, nice and glossy. It looks like he just transformed, and it's new. There's no battle damage or anything on it. We have some gold accent. We got some nice blue and some purples. Let's check out the back here. Yeah, there's the weapon storage there. You can't actually pull the swords out of the sheath here because, you know, they're smart. You can actually take this off here and they plug into the actual sword, which I'll get to in a little bit when I get to his accessories. He does have a little plug here so that way you can store the sheaths of his swords. Put that in there, bam, and it also rotates as well. And it's just, figure looks phenomenal. Great. Look at, you have him in his suit there. You got the helmet on, the nice silver accent of the horns. It just captures this figure tremendously. Now let's get to the swords. I know you guys are all excited about the damn swords. So if you guys ever seen this anime, he is able to combine his swords into like a Darth Maul double staff. You can actually do that with this piece here that they give you, which is great. So that way you can reenact your favorite scene of that happening. Here it is, just on the normal hilt there. Now this gold piece comes off, so you can be careful with that. And then we go, they just plug in. They are shaped, so you want to be careful. Make sure you're putting it in the right side, and then bam, you have yourself a double wielding katana Ronin warrior right there. Now let's put this guy to the side and let's take a look at the rest of the faces he comes with. So Ryo of the Wildfire comes with a total of 4 face plates. As you can see, he has a nice grinning, smiling face plate with his eyes looking to the left. That's on the far left, first face plate. Then he has one with his, I want to say it's his face mask shield. You know, the samurais had a little covering for their mouth, so that one has that. I wish they would have gave us one where his mouth was closed like that, kind of like they did with the statue to display his armor. And then he has another screaming face just without that silver piece, and then he has his neutral face that he came in the package. And like I was mentioning before, like I was looking at all these individually, and come on, let's get this to focus. You could see that in the eyes, it's just, it doesn't seem too good. Like, it doesn't look good to me, in my opinion. I feel that the eyes could have been so much better. I mean, the camera doesn't, I don't think it's picking up on it, but when you see this figure in person, I think the eyes could have been done a lot better. So let's move over to the hands. Okay, so he comes with a total of 3 pairs of hands. He has 2 fisted hands, he has his katana wielding hands, and he has 2 open palm hands. The hands look very deep, are nice and very detailed. They have all the nice little ridges that they're supposed to. Let's get this guy to focus real quick. So here we go. So we got the ridges right there, and it looks exactly like how it did in the show. You can't go wrong with the detail, and they all have the little peg so that way you can interchange each of the pieces of the armor for the hands. So that's pretty much it when it comes to accessories. Let's get back to the figure. All right, so this is gonna be the little last bit of talking points. Whoa. Okay, so this is gonna be our last bit of talking points. My light that's above, my main key light, has some counterweights on it, and that's what just fell. So don't be scared. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Leave me a comment below if you think I'm hurt. I'd like to know. So last bit of things around here. Posing him with the armor is a little difficult. A lot of the armor pieces tend to want to fall off, especially these right here. Due to the magnets, they're it's not as of a good quality magnet because they do fall off pretty easily. When I switch the hands over, the hand is not as tight, so some of that fell off as well. For the head, posing the head is kind of difficult because it has the hair in the back, and it just made it difficult with the joint that they chose. So you don't get much range out of it, but you could get some good poses. I mean, I'm not saying it's all bad, but it is somewhat difficult. This figure was going to get an A from me, but that's just straight out nostalgia and how much I liked the show. But to be honest, for you guys, to give you a fair comparison, because 1000 Toys and Sentinel and Sunrise, they didn't send me this figure. I bought this with my hard-earned money. The amount of stress I go through, and work, I was able to purchase this. So I'm giving you guys a fair review. I mean, I give it a good C, to be honest. Just the fact that, I mean, yes, it has great paint apps. Yes, it has a lot of accessories. Yes, it has the armor. Yes, it comes with a display piece, you know, for the armor. You know, the paint is great. Yes, the joints are nice and fluid. It's just that the armor pieces are a little flimsy. And posing him, I mean, there's a lot of sharp bits right here. So I'd give it a nice C. Now, it's still a solid pickup, not gonna lie. That's like a high C. You're talking about close to a B, you know, a 79%, 79.9999. It's a great figure to pick up. It's perfect for your guys' shelf. I would definitely recommend picking this guy up. You know, like I said, I'm hoping they do the rest. I really enjoyed reviewing this guy for you guys, and I really enjoyed this figure. Like I said, if you guys haven't checked out my other 1000 Toys reviews, please check those out. That's V for Vendetta and also the Dante that I reviewed as well. This figure is great. I love it. For me, it's an A+, no questions asked. I love all the accessories, and you know, it's just great all around. So let me know what you guys thought about this review. What did you want to see more of? What were you looking for? What were you anticipating? I would like to know. Please let me know in the comments. Let me know what would you guys like me to review next. Maybe I can search it out and do it for you. And make sure to hit that like button, guys. I really do love doing these reviews for you guys, and this is fun for me. It helps me de-stress and do a lot of fun things and be able to talk to you guys. So please leave me a comment as well. I want to get this 4 pillars of this algorithm going, and I'm just asking you guys to help me out by liking, subscribing, commenting, and also hitting that bell icon. All those things help tremendously. So I would love any support from you guys, and I will see you guys on the next review.